Hi, everybody. Because of the time and season that we are in, and for those with eyes to see and ears to hear, it's obvious what is happening, and it's obvious that the great deception has come and it has gone, and it was exactly like Paul said. He said it would captivate the world and everybody would fall for it. And the hand of our Father said, the Bible also states that he has turned them to their own pleasures. He basically gave them over. So everybody that has been completely bought and sold with this entire thing, it is because they cannot really see it. And if you have a TV in your house and you sit and watch the news, the television programming, you are going to believe the lie that is upon you. And when you turn the TV off and you open up your window and you look out and you go out your front door, it's nothing like it says on the TV. And so we are in an age of deception. We are in the end age. We are at the time when it is over. The only thing left that will possibly save us at this point is our Messiah eradicating us. And I don't believe there's a rapture. I wish there was a rapture, and I wish that there was a way out of this thing. But we must stand firm till the end, and we must not faint. We must not fall. We must not get discouraged, even though the enemy is literally at our doorstep. And what's coming is going to be a lot of famine for a lot of us, a lot of starvation for a lot of us. It's going to be a very bad time. And this is where we must absolutely know that our Redeemer lives, our King lives. And so as I was reading the book of Revelation this morning, I kind of wanted to read it with you guys, and I read it. I went over 2 chapters, and these chapters are basically what I consider a coronation. It is a ceremony. It is the unlocking of the Lamb's Book of Life. And when you read Revelation 1 through 3, this is, first and foremost, everybody thinks this is talking about churches of today. So all these Christian churches are like, oh, look, he's talking to us. But when you actually read this and read what it says, this is actually to the messengers. This is not even to the churches. And this is the days of Paul, when Paul had little ecclesias all over the place. And this 1, 2, and 3 of Revelation is in the past. It's not in the present where we are at. And so Revelation 4 and 5 is an extremely exciting ceremony. And I call these little guys monsters in here because I don't know what another name for them. They are an entity other than something I'm used to, and so as a human, I would say they must be monsters. But they're set up, and they don't sleep, they don't eat, they don't do anything. They just sit there and they worship our Creator, right? And so, again, if you guys hear dogs in the background doing dog things, I'm surrounded by them, so I'm sure there's some weird sounds in this video. Revelation 4:1. After this I looked, and behold, a gate was opening in the heavens, and the first voice which I heard was as it were of a shofar talking with me, which said, "Come up hither, and I will show you things which must be hereafter." And after things right here is what they call the alephta. It is the beginning and the end. And in this version of the Bible, it's in there a lot. And it's how it's translated. So when you see that, it's actually, I'm going to skip over that because it doesn't make much sense unless you understand the alephta and the beginning and the end and things of that nature in Hebrew. And it's hard to understand. And so this is important on verse 1. If you guys don't know what a shofar is something we should all have. Everybody should have it because there's power in the shofar, and we're supposed to be blowing our shofars every new moon and on certain, like a Feast of Trumpets, and there's times we should be blowing these. And Yah's people, especially in this time, we need to be calling out to our Creator and doing the things He wants us to do in sync with that. And so this is John talking in Revelation. Let's go to verse 2. And immediately I was in the Ruach, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. Now this is on this throne right here. This is Yah. This is our Creator right here. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. Right? And so there we have our dysfunctional rainbows that we have in society right now, where, the rainbow's been hijacked into something that's terrible. Verse 4, and round about the throne were 24 seats. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, a leftah, 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. So we have a lot of people here that are important people that are sitting around this throne of our Creator. And out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunderings and voices, and there were 7 menorahs of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 Ruach of Elohim. So basically, you have a menorah, right? There are 7 menorahs, and you have them burning, and they're the seven spirits of God. And before the throne, there was a sea of glass like unto crystal. And in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 living creatures, full of eyes before and behind. And the first living creature was like a lion, and the second living creature like a calf. And the third living creature had a face as a man, and the fourth living creature was like a flying eagle. And the 4 living creatures had each of them 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within. And they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 Yahuwah Elohim Zovek, which was and is to come. And when those living creatures give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who lives forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him that lives forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, You are worthy, O Yahuwah Eloheinu, to receive glory and honor and power, for you have created all things, and for your pleasure they are and were created. So this is the Creator that is in a ceremony right now, and we're about to see some crazy stuff right here, if you'll hang with me. Verse 5:1, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a sefer, written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. Sorry, a little stuffed up. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the sefer, and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the sefer, neither to look thereon. Because you have to have somebody who's perfect, who has done it. And if the Creator isn't going to open it, so he's like, they're saying, who is able to open this? It is the Lamb's book of life. And I wept much, John's weeping, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the sefer, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, Weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Yehudah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the sefer and to loose the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 living creatures, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the Ruach of Elohim, sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the sefer out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the sefer, the 4 living creatures and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them kithara, which is a flute thing, a musical instrument. It's a harp. And golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the Kadeshim. So we're talking about this is a heck of a ceremony right here, right? This is something crazy. All of a sudden you have all of these people and creatures, and they all fall down, and they go from worshiping our Creator, and then they worship the Lamb. And they sung a new song, saying, You are worthy to take the sefer and to open the seals thereof, for you were slain and have redeemed us to Elohim by your blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, and have made unto us our Elohim kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. So this is important right here, right? Many people don't understand where this is going. And the prayer that our Messiah said was that kingdom come, right? That will be done on earth as it is in heaven, right? So we are going to be, our heaven, and I guess that's where the Jehovah's Witnesses have one thing right, is it will be here on earth without the evil surrounding us. And this is what it says. And where was I at? And he made unto his own kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the living creatures, and the elders. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands. So when we're talking about how many angels, how many things has our Creator created, He's created a lot of them. And if angels are like humans where we have our own personalities, our own souls, which obviously they do because a third of them chose to fall with Lucifer when he betrayed our Creator. So they have some sort of a will. They have free will as well. So he has millions and millions and millions of angels. Saying, verse 12, with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. And every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sits upon the throne and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the four living creatures said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshiped him that lives forever and ever. So this is a ceremony of power. This is the king, your king, our king. Regardless of who you choose, we will be on our knees to pay homage to the son of our Creator, Yahushua HaMashiach. Most people call him Jesus the Christ. There were no J's in Hebrew, and this man's name was not Jesus. His name was Yahushua. And if you want to say Christ, it's HaMashiach, right? So Yahushua HaMashiach. A lot of people say Yeshua. And in Hebrew, Yahushua and Yeshua, that means salvation, right? The Jesus does not mean salvation. So, guys, there's one name under heaven by which you may be saved. And it's time that we get it right. So this is a coronation. This is an entry. This is showing you who the king is going to be. There was nobody able to break into this little sefer that contains all these little things that are about to happen, right? And nobody was worthy, but there was one, and he walked the Torah perfectly, and that is what the Bible asks us to do. It asks us to walk what our Father calls the law, statutes, and commandments. We're supposed to walk these perfectly, as good as we can. But we have religions today that have taken the laws of words and things of that nature of God, and they put it on a cross. They have put it in the trash. They don't even know what they put in the trash, but they know that they're not under it because they're under some new kind of covenant. And if they would just simply read, that new covenant is the same as the old covenant, except we have a Messiah with it. But you're still to keep the laws, statutes, and commands of our Father, which are not burdensome, which are not bad, which are not something that is hard. It keeps you alive. And in this day and age of great deception, the only thing that will save us is our Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. The world has fallen to Hasatan. And these are definitely the end days. We are living the book of Revelation right now. And so hopefully this brings out a little bit for you guys what I see in the book. I'm by no means a prophecy guy or anything of the sort. I simply read it and try to put it together as we see it. And some things make sense, some things don't make sense. But as we get closer and closer to the end, everything is making sense. And you must have the courage of a lion to make it through these times. And I'm telling you the same stuff I'm telling myself. Be courageous. Be strong. This is what the book has said we must endure to the end. This is what we do not take. This is what we must resist. And we must keep our bodies as our Creator made them. We do not want to be changing up things, because that's what they did back in the days of Noah. Is the Nephilim had their babies, and they all had giants, and the giants were mating with women, and they were tearing men apart. And we are as in the days of Noah with this biological hack that is happening. So I hope you guys have eyes to see and ears to hear, and I hope you guys are reading your Bibles. I hope you're reading your Torah, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, and I hope you're reading your New Testament segment that is why we must know it, is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And if you can take those 9 books and blend them together, I'm not saying that's the only Bible you need or the only thing, but if you can ground yourself in those 9 books, you will understand why our Messiah had to do what he had to do, and why he is now our King, and why he did what he did for us. And so there's no other name under heaven by which you may be saved. Much love, guys. I'm out.